Today, I'm trying the top 10 Halloween foods at Disneyland. From viral stuffed Mickey waffles and warm pumpkin cookies to loaded burritos and brand new churros. I'm gonna let you know if these spooky treats are actually worth the hype. After countless hours of research, I've compiled a list of the top 10 Halloween foods at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. These are foods that have gotten rave reviews all over social media, and it's finally my turn to try them. So why don't we start right here in Disneyland with possibly the most popular Halloween treat of them all this year, the brand new pumpkin cookies from Harbour Galley. Now, I didn't just pick up these cookies first because they are the most popular snack. I also picked them up first because they are one of the snacks that I am most excited to try. I just figure, how can you go wrong with warm pumpkin cookies? I don't know, it sounds delicious, these look delicious, and I can't wait to try them out. So here we have the fresh baked pumpkin cookies. I got them in a 6-pack, and I also added on a side of the whipped cream cheese dip. If you did have a bigger party or just a bigger appetite, or you wanted to bring some home, they do also serve these cookies in a 13-pack. We're gonna get to trying it with the whipped cream cheese dip, but before we do, I wanna just try the cookies on their own because this should just be great as it is. I honestly had no doubts about this one, guys, and I wasn't wrong. This cookie is phenomenal. What I love about it is that the outside has a good crisp to it, but the inside is so soft and chewy and almost cakey. And I don't know if you guys could see on the video, but there's almost these little specks of like crystallized sugar that also give it another extra little additional crunch to this cookie. They're not overly pumpkiny. They don't taste like artificial pumpkin or anything. It's just like the perfect amount of pumpkin in a cookie. So good. We'll try it with the whipped cream cheese dip next. Now you do have to pay a little bit extra if you wanted to add this on. It's an extra $1.39. I feel like it should probably come with the cookies. Pumpkin and cream cheese is a great combo though, so I couldn't pass up the opportunity to add this on here. I feel like we gotta break this cookie in half to fit it in the cup, and this will show you just how chewy the cookie is. Can't beat it. This is dangerous because I could literally eat this entire pack of cookies right now, but I can't because we have so much other food to get to today. These pumpkin cookies are fantastic on their own, but with the cream cheese frosting, I love it. I mean, cream cheese frosting, just, you can't go wrong with it. The frosting itself, it has the texture of more of like a whipped butter. It's not like a thick, typical cream cheese frosting. It really is like a whipped butter almost, but it has such a great tang to it that just pairs really, really well with those pumpkin cookies. It's light, it's airy. My mom will be here in a few days, guys, and I know she's gonna wanna get these, and I'm not mad about it because I am definitely gonna wanna get more of these cookies. 100% worth the hype. We'll be getting them again for sure. For Halloween food number 2, I have made my way into Tomorrowland. And we're gonna be hitting up this popcorn cart that is located right across from Star Traders for the Halloween exclusive spicy pickle popcorn. They do have a pickle popcorn over in DCA at the Cozy Cone that I love, and this sounds very similar. So I was hesitant to try it, but all of the reviews have been so good and people have really been loving this popcorn, so I added it to the list. The spicy pickle popcorn is popcorn tossed with crushed hot Cheeto puffs and dill pickle seasoning for $7.50. And what they kind of do to make it is they take a scoop of popcorn, they bring it to the back of the cart, and they shake it up in a container with some of the dill pickle seasoning and the hot Cheetos, and then they pour it back into your container. So everything should be well combined and a little bit more evenly distributed, and I definitely see some of that dill seasoning. Some of the popcorn pieces have a little bit more of the Flamin' Hot Cheeto dust than others, but it looks good. I love dill pickles, and Flamin' Hot Cheetos are pretty tasty, although since when are they like a Halloween food? I don't know. They've become like a Halloween food staple here in the Disney parks. Let's see how this dill pickle popcorn is. Yeah, I mean, this is delicious. It tastes like that same seasoning that they're using over at the Cozy Cone for their pickle popcorn, which I happen to really love, and it's that same seasoning, but then you get a little bit of the spice from the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and we happened to just walk up as they were popping fresh popcorn, so that helps kick this up a notch even more. And there are some Flamin' Hot Cheeto, like actual chunks of Flamin' Hot Cheetos in here. I mean, how bad could this be? Flamin' Hot Cheetos mixed with popcorn, mixed with pickles. I mean, if you like all three of those things, you're gonna love this popcorn here, and I happen to like all three of those things. So yeah, this popcorn is pretty fantastic. And I was a little bit worried that with the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, because you know how sometimes when you get like Flamin' Hot Cheetos things, it just like takes over the entire flavor of whatever you're eating. That's not the case here. You can still totally taste all of that dill pickle flavor, which I really appreciate. You taste everything. You get every single flavor in this. Another hit. Disneyland doesn't disappoint with the Halloween snacks. If I was coming here during Halloween time, I wouldn't be getting just regular popcorn. I'd be coming over here to Tomorrowland and getting this spicy dill pickle popcorn for sure. You know what I'm thinking about as we're moving on to our next snack here? That popcorn has got to be pretty easy to recreate at home. You just have to order some dill pickle popcorn seasoning, which you could probably get on Amazon. Get a bag of microwave popcorn and then get a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos and crush them up. Combine them all together. I might start making that at home. A little recreation of this spicy pickle popcorn. And there really weren't that many Halloween treats in Disneyland that stood out to me, so our final stop in Disneyland is actually going to be at the Jolly Holiday. You guys probably know, my favorite Disney food of all time is the Jolly Holiday combo from here at the Jolly Holiday Bakery. Just the classic grilled cheese and tomato soup. But for the Halloween season, they bring back a very popular dish every year. It's kind of like a Bulgogi grilled cheese. I've actually never tried it before, and I'm super excited to get to try it out this year. So here we have the Bulgogi beef toasted sandwich with corn cheese soup. This sandwich has marinated beef, grilled onions, mozzarella, and a kimchi aioli on sourdough, and then it's served with corn cheese soup. If this sandwich even tastes half as good as the Jolly Holiday combo, I am going to love it. And like I said, I've heard such great things about it, so I have no doubt in my mind that it certainly will. And this sandwich, this is a hefty sandwich here. It's not really cut in half, so I'm gonna have to do the ripping myself. There's certainly a lot of beef on here. Look at that cross section, guys. This sandwich is just loaded with toppings. The most impressive part of the sandwich to me is the amount of caramelized onions on here. They are definitely not playing any games. They did not mess around. They loaded this sandwich up with those onions, which is exactly what I wanted to see. Let's try a bite first without the soup, and then we'll dunk in the soup. I mean, the sandwich is so great on its own. I feel like you don't even need the soup. The bread is toasted to perfection. That meat is just super tender. It's kind of like a pulled beef, and I can't tell if the sweetness is coming from that beef or from the onions, but the beef in general has that classic Bulgogi flavor, and the sweetness from those onions is truly just unmatched. Now, my only critique about this sandwich would be that there's not quite enough cheese, which is my only critique about the birria grilled cheese that they have here when they don't have the Bulgogi grilled cheese. They never put enough cheese on that birria grilled cheese for me. It's amazing, trust me. I love that grilled cheese, but there's just never quite enough cheese, which I feel like there might not be enough here, but don't get me wrong, it is still phenomenal. And I have a feeling it's gonna be even better in this soup here. Oh my God, the soup is thick. It's almost like mashed potatoes. Jolly Holiday just does a soup right. They do a sandwich and a soup right. That corn soup just adds an extra sweetness. It's like a creamy corn chowder. It truly pairs perfectly with that Bulgogi grilled cheese. I mean, truly no surprise that this is amazing. The Jolly Holiday can just do no wrong. And as much as I love the classic Jolly Holiday combo, their specialty sandwich just always hit the mark as well. So what I always recommend is to come here with someone else, get a classic grilled cheese tomato soup, get one of the specialty sandwiches, and then split them up. Split them in half so you can get a combo, so you can get one of the specialty sandwiches, and then you get the best of both worlds. You get to try both. With that, we have officially eaten all 3 of the Halloween snacks that I wanted to get to in Disneyland today. The rest of our 7 snacks are gonna come from Disney California Adventure. So we're gonna be hopping over there next, but before we do, I wanna head back to my hotel to freshen up a bit because I just got a call that my room was ready. And luckily, I am able to head back to my hotel so easily because this trip I am staying at the Grand Legacy, as I usually do when I visit Disneyland. This is pretty much my go-to hotel every time I visit Disneyland, mainly because of the proximity to the parks. You really cannot get much closer than this, guys. You can see California Adventure from the front of the hotel, and you truly are just a couple steps away from the gates of Disneyland. It is such a quick walk, which is very helpful at the end of the night when you've had a very long park day and you just want to get back to your room and relax. That is when staying at the Grand Legacy comes in super clutch. Not only is the Grand Legacy just super close to the parks, it's very reliable. I always know I'm gonna get a very clean, very comfortable room here. I'm gonna put a link in the description of this video if you guys want to look into booking a stay here on your next trip to Disneyland. All right, we have made it back into the park and we are making a beeline straight to Schmoozies for my #1 most anticipated Halloween snack of the entire trip. If you know me, you know I love ube. We're getting those ube waffles. Here at Schmoozies, they have Ursula's Enchanted Waffles. These are dark chocolate Mickey-shaped waffles filled with ube custard and dusted with powdered sugar. When I tell you guys, I could smell these from the instant I walked up to Schmoozies. Oh my God, the scent was unreal. And from the moment I saw these on social media, I was literally drooling. I could not wait to try these, and it still holds true. These look, smell, there's no way these could be bad, right? I'll admit, I did first think these were gonna be like actual ube waffles, but no, these are definitely dark chocolate waffles, and you could kind of see on the top there is where they have impaled Mickey and inserted that ube custard. And I didn't even get syrup because I feel like you aren't even gonna need syrup with these. And I feel like I've just seen everyone tearing them apart with their hands to get that perfect ube custard pull. So let's see if we could get it too. Oh. Oh my gosh. Guys, this looks, I cannot, this looks so good. That custard is so vibrant, it's so pretty. I know that obviously isn't gonna affect the taste, but these are so, the inside is just so pretty, and the inside of the waffle, it looks a lot more like chocolatey. It looks almost like a brownie, but oh my gosh, guys, that cross section is just unreal. Let's try it out. I've been literally waiting for this moment for so long. I feel like this waffle, the chocolate waffle, would be really good on its own. I was worried about it being a little bit dry. It's not at all. Like, you don't need syrup, you don't need anything for this waffle. That ube custard just takes over. Oh, it's so good. And like I said, just this waffle on its own, if they just sold these chocolate waffles, I'd be a-okay with that. But you put that ube custard in there, and it just takes things to a whole nother level. Now, these did cost me $11.29 for 2 small Mickey waffles. That makes each one, what? Over $5.50. That is absurd. But it's worth trying at least once if you love ube like myself, because these are phenomenal. Holy cow. I don't know if we'll have a better sweet treat than this today. I love them. Well, since we're over here, I decided to stop over at Award Wieners for the 5th food on our list. They have a couple of different Halloween foods here that sound really good. I did think about getting the fried Snickers, which sounds really good, but ultimately I decided to get the Pambazo Torta. Sorry for the mispronunciation there. This is a guajillo dipped toasted roll stuffed with a hot dog, chorizo con papas, lettuce, cotija cheese, pickled onions, salsa verde, and a pickled jalapeno churro served with a cuties or film strip fries. Now, I wanted to get this because it sounds so interesting to me. I love hot dogs, and this is kind of like a combination between a hot dog and a sandwich. And I know some people would argue that a hot dog is a sandwich. I would argue against it, but it's kind of like a hot dog on a soaked bun. I don't know. It looks really good. It smells really good. It kind of smells almost similar to like an Italian hot dog, and that is something I am familiar with. But this looks incredible. I can't wait to dig in. This is definitely going to be a very, very messy sandwich. I can tell you that for sure. But I cut it in half because I kind of want to see what the inside is looking like. And yeah, we've got our hot dog on the bottom, our chorizo and potatoes kind of in the center, and then all our toppings there, and the bun is very, very soft. It kind of reminds me of like how they soak like a birria tortilla before they fry it on a griddle. This looks amazing. And I already know this is about to get absolutely everywhere, but let's go for it. Yeah. There is no doubt I made the right decision in getting this. This is so good here. I feel like it hits kind of like every note. It's smoky. It's spicy. It definitely has a little kick. It's greasy, but in like the best way possible. The sour cream cools it down. I love the crunch from the lettuce and also the pickled onion. Honestly, that lettuce and the pickled onion, like as basic as that is, that kind of like makes everything, it kind of rounds everything out so well. The hot dog does get a little bit lost under all of that chorizo. But this is shockingly, actually not shocking because I had a feeling this was going to be good. But I like it even more than I thought I was going to like it, to be honest. I do feel like it is some type of Spanish, maybe possibly Mexican version of an Italian hot dog. Like, because an Italian hot dog has like pizza bread with a fried hot dog and then peppers, onions, potatoes. So this has kind of similar ingredients to that. And I love Italian hot dogs. So this is like a Mexican version of that, and this is so good. This is also like absolutely massive. This is a killer sandwich right here. There's just so much meat on here, and it comes with these fries, the film strip fries, which I know are very popular, and I feel like these would be really good kind of loaded into the sandwich here. That's the move. Not a singular letdown today, and this is no different. If you are going to get this, which I definitely recommend you do, split this, because this is, like I said, this is a hefty meal to put away by yourself. Definitely make sure you bring a friend and split this. This is going to be tough to eat on your own, but it's really good. Next up, we have made our way over to the San Francisco area. There's actually a couple things over here that we needed to grab. First up is going to be a variation of a treat that you can get at a lot of different outdoor vending carts around the park. I just so happened to stumble across it at the cart right outside of San Francisco. I am talking about this pumpkin spice cream cheese bread. Now, it's been about a year since they've kind of introduced these bread stuffed rolls around the park, and they've been really popular ever since they introduced them. I have never tried any of the variations, but I am very excited to try this pumpkin spice one, and I hear it's really good. Now, just based on first observations, this doesn't really look like the photo, and I believe that's probably in part due to the icing. Now, this is stored in just like a warmer at the cart, so the frosting that was supposed to be on top, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a cream cheese frosting or some type of like royal icing, because there's not really a description with this. It's just kind of like melted in because it's been sitting in a warmer, but there's like some type of pumpkin filling in between these 4 Hawaiian rolls. The price is a little bit outrageous, about $10 for 4 Hawaiian rolls, but like I said, I've heard such good things about these stuffed Hawaiian rolls here, so I have very high hopes for this. And I'm wondering what the best way to dig into this is. I guess we kind of got to just tear it apart here. Oh yeah, it definitely looks like some pumpkin pie filling on the inside there. The rolls themselves are really soft and pillowy. just from picking them up, I can tell how soft they are. It kind of feels like a Japanese milk bread almost. And it smells really sweet. It almost smells like a cheese bun or a cheese Danish. And this is so soft and warm. It's like just melting in my hand back here. Let's see how it tastes. The flavors here are on point. It's not overly sweet because there's not too much frosting on it, and it's not overly pumpkin-y. I'd say it's just the right amount of pumpkin. Obviously, those rolls are so good. They are so soft. They are so warm. They're so buttery, and as they were melting in my hand, they also kind of just like melt away in your mouth with the icing. I do wish, since the icing kind of just melts away on the top of the rolls in the warmer, instead of putting the icing on the rolls and then putting them in the warmer, I wish they kind of just gave you a side of the icing to slather on the rolls or dunk the rolls into yourself. I feel like that would be a better solution for that icing kind of just like melting away. And I do feel like it is some type of cream cheese frosting, and it is really good. It adds a great flavor. I definitely think it needs that frosting on there. That pumpkin pie filling has a great flavor. So all around, the flavors on this are fantastic. If you're looking for like a bready kind of sweet treat, this is the sweet treat for you. My main issue with this, that price. $10 is a little bit outrageous for this one, and I don't think it's good. But I don't think it's good enough to warrant that price tag. So for that reason, I probably would not get this one here again. But for now, we are on to our next food, which we are going to be staying in San Francisco for, and we're going to be hitting up Aunt Cass Cafe. Aunt Cass Cafe always has some killer food and some of my favorite food in this entire park. This is where you're going to find the sourdough bread and the sourdough bread bowls filled with soups and a bunch of other different things. And for every different holiday, they pretty much have different specialty soups that change up. So for Halloween, they have a special chicken pot pie soup. This is chicken pot pie in a bread bowl with crispy fried egg roll wrappers. I love chicken pot pie, so I am really looking forward to trying this. However, it is so hot. It has been so hot here in Disneyland all week, so it's really not ideal soup weather, even though it is fall. But like I said, I love chicken pot pie, and this seems to be loaded with a ton of veggies. It seems to be really creamy, and I mean, anything you serve me in these sourdough bread bowls, it's hard not to love. They are making the sourdough fresh right here, right behind Aunt Cass Cafe. And I love that you could kind of see them making the bread bowls themselves. You could see the whole sourdough process, and you just know these bread bowls are so fresh, and you could truly taste the freshness in this bread. And usually the soups that are served in them are just as good as the bread itself. So we'll see how this chicken pot pie one holds up to some of the others that I've tried. It looks really creamy, like I said. Creamy, peppery, seasoned well. I love the chunks of carrot in there. I love the chunks of celery, the chunks of peas. There's a lot of potato. This tastes very similar to the clam chowder that they serve here at Aunt Cass, minus the, of course, little bit of seafoodiness from the clams themselves. But overall, that same consistency and that same creaminess that the clam chowder gives, just with a more chicken-based flavor. I have taken a couple bites at this point, and I haven't gotten a single piece of chicken, so I'm not really sure how much actual chicken is in this, but there is a good amount of vegetables in here, and like I said, the flavor is definitely on point. Oh, I just got a piece of chicken. That was my first one. With each bite, you really get a good amount of like rosemary and thyme flavor too, which I appreciate. And I love this kind of like egg roll wrapper that they put on top. Although the bottom of my egg roll wrapper is quite soggy at this point. But I love like the crust of the crunchiness of the crust of a chicken pot pie. So I love that they still give you a little bit of a crust, but with a San Francisco twist, since this is kind of like the Asian part of the park. So they've got a crunchy egg roll wrapper, and it looks to be like seasoned well. I want to kind of break up a couple of chunks of this and dunk it in the soup here and mix it around so I could get a little bite with some of the egg roll wrapper. Yeah, That's how to best eat it. That egg roll wrapper is seasoned so well. That egg roll wrapper truly makes this soup for me. It makes a good soup a great soup. And of course, we've also got our sourdough here for some extra dunking. Perfection. How could you not like the sourdough? So I probably wouldn't say this here is the best soup I've had from Aunt Cass Cafe, but it is definitely really good. And I would definitely recommend you guys come try it out if you're gonna be here for the Halloween season. We have now made our way into Cars Land for food number 8 on our list, and this is gonna be another ube dessert, which I am very excited about. Over at Cozy Cone 2, where they have the ice cream and the soft serve, they actually have an ube soft serve for Halloween. I think they introduced this to the menu last year, and when I saw it last year, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to try that. And I wasn't able to make it to Disneyland for Halloween season last year, and I am so happy they brought it back again this year because now I can finally try it. So here we have Mater's Halloween Cone. This has ube soft serve with black sprinkles served in a cup or a cone. I got it in a cone. This thing is melting quick, guys. We gotta move. I found a spot in the shade. Let's try out our ube ice cream. I've been waiting a year for this. You get those classic ube flavors that I love. It tastes exactly like the inside of the waffles that we had the other day, just in frozen ice cream form. It's so creamy. It's so soft. I love the sprinkles. Again, you can get this in a cup if you wanted, and it was worth the wait. I really like it. A lot of people love the soft serve from here at the Cozy Cone, and I think this is my first time ever getting an ice cream cone from the Cozy Cone, but I guess the hype is real. Here at Disneyland, they love ube flavored things, and I can definitely get behind that. I know there's a couple more ube flavored things that I haven't even tried. There's an ube Baymax macaron for Halloween. There's an ube hard cider that I haven't tried. There's an ube foam tea drink from Bengal Barbecue. There's so many different things. So if you're an ube lover like myself, Disneyland is the place for you for Halloween. Over here in Hollywood Studios, we'll find our next food, our 9th food on our list from the Studio Catering Company truck. You guys know I couldn't make a top Halloween food list at Disneyland without including a burrito from this truck. They always have some delicious out-of-the-box creations, and whatever they come up with, I usually enjoy, and whenever I'm here, there's always a different burrito, and I always try whatever they have. And during Halloween this year, you'll find the Oogie Boogie burrito. This has carne asada, french fries, spicy blue tortilla chips, pico de gallo, guacamole, and crema. I've cut our burrito in half here, and I'm definitely seeing all the fries, all of that steak. There looks to be a really good amount of the carne asada in here, actually. I see our cheese, I see our guac, but what I think we're missing might be some of the blue tortilla chips or Takis, blue Takis that they have in here, which I was really looking forward to. I don't know, maybe they're just like hidden and I can't see them, but I don't see any of the Takis in here, so I don't know, maybe they forgot. Or like I said, maybe they're just hidden. And this is a pretty big burrito here, which I would hope because this was about $15. So I'm definitely happy it is large. It doesn't come with any side or anything, by the way. But let's dig in here. I've been looking forward to this one. Okay, yes, those Takis were definitely just hidden very well because from the moment I bit down on this burrito, I felt a crunch and I knew they were in there, and honestly that makes this burrito for me. I don't know how I'd feel about it without the Takis. I feel like actually without the Takis it would just be like an average burrito. But with the Takis, it improves it so much because I love not only the crunch that it gives this burrito, but it also gives it a really good spice as well. I feel like this burrito has a very good proportion of every ingredient. Great amount of steak to fry to sour cream ratio. The only thing I could possibly use a little bit more of are those Takis, just because I enjoy that spice and that crunch so much. I just took a bite without getting any of the Takis in it, and I was surprised to taste that the meat was so seasoned and it had great flavor on its own and a good seasoning and spice without the Takis too. I do really enjoy enjoy when I get a burrito and they kind of, not fry, but they toast the outside of the tortilla and they kind of throw it back on the flat top to grill a little bit so the outside of the tortilla gets a little crisp. And I kind of wish that they did that with this burrito here, because the tortilla itself, while good and soft, I wish it had a little bit of a crisp as well. But overall, it's a solid burrito. You know, they used to have, I want to say this was probably 2 Halloweens ago, they had a chili relleno burrito for Halloween. And I don't think this is as good as that one, but it is still really good. I really like the Takis in here. I think it's a unique, different touch, but it tastes amazing. Well, with that, we are finally on to food number 10, and this food has been creating a lot of buzz online, mainly because it's kind of made after a viral food, a food that has already been going viral. They made a classic Disney snack into a viral treat. Of course, I am talking about the Dubai chocolate churro from back here in Avengers Campus. For snack number 10, we have the Celestial chocolate churro, which is a churro rolled in cocoa sugar, topped with pistachio cream, chocolate sauce, crispy phyllo dough crumbles, and crushed pistachios. Now, I have had so much food today, and I am really, really stuffed. So I'm actually not gonna get this today, but I was able to get this the other day when I tried every single churro in Disneyland. There are currently 11 specialty churros in Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, and yes, I tried all of them, including this Dubai chocolate churro. So I'll show you guys what I thought of it. All right, we gotta go for a dunk in all of these different toppings there. I mean, how good does that look? Okay, let's try it out. This is so good. I'm not surprised though. I'm loving this Dubai chocolate craze, and I love that they kind of made a Dubai chocolate churro here. The pistachio whipped cream, it tastes more like a whipped cream. It does have a little bit of an artificial taste, but it's still good, and I love those crushed pistachios on there. I feel like that's the game changer in those. Those crushed pistachios are so good. The phyllo dough, amazing. It has an amazing mouthfeel on there. This is really dang good. I absolutely love this, and I will probably be getting another one of these before we leave. I think we're about to get a show. Well, that churro was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It's probably going to be one of my favorite churros that I tried in Disneyland the other day, and I'm probably going to try and get another one before I leave tomorrow. But that is going to do it for us. Our top 10 Halloween foods at Disneyland. If you guys think I missed maybe your favorite Halloween food that you tried here at Disneyland or Disney California Adventure, let me know in the comments. Let me know what I maybe missed. For now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you to everyone over on Patreon. I appreciate all of your support. As always, if you enjoy honest Disney food reviews, I am always going to give them to you, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.